I see that. We got a couple people waiting on us right now. Check your music.
Hey, everybody. Hey, I know what I'm doing here. You hush up over here. This is 866 Sports Buzz, boys.
Yeah, I thought you fell asleep after the Super Bowl, baby.
I'm Marshentime. That's Donnie Mac. We're always here Monday, Thursday, 7:30, or a little later. I'm relying on Donnie Mac, so don't count on it.
Hey, when you start relying on Donnie Mac, Marshentime,
it's a sad thing.
You failed from the get-go.
It's a sad,
you failed from the get-go. However, on the other hand, when Marshentime tells you a duck can pull a truck, go ahead and hook that bad boy up because it's going to happen, okay? Except for the Super Bowl.
I was about to say, except for my 49ers.
Except for the Super Bowl. Hey, you know what? You look confident. You didn't feel confident. I felt that in you. You know what? I know there was a 25%, difference in your thinking on that. I felt it the whole time we were talking. You just like CMC. You got locked in on that bad boy. And
you know what? Let's be honest. CMC had a game.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it. You know what? And I'll give you a lot of credit for that, Marshentime. Not only did he have him a game, he set a Super Bowl record for a running back and most yards from the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I mean that's what he put up yards. That's what he is. That's what he is. I mean, that's what he is.
Listen, but you called it. I'll give you. You know what? I got to give you a point for what you called on Kyle Shanahan screwing over the 49ers.
Thank you.
That's what ended up losing them this game is Kyle Shanahan. What is wrong with you? Like the third quarter.
Send it out.
Let's be honest. Third quarter.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead,
You guys
bro.
are winning. You guys are winning, right? No problem. Focus on what you do best. Run the ball.
Run the football.
Listen.
That's it.
Every single third down, every single first down, he was throwing the ball in the third quarter. Every time. Every single time they got the ball. And guess what? They went 3 and out 3 times in a row. You can't do that against Patrick Mahomes. You're giving him all the time in the day. Listen, man, I was just frustrated about the Super Bowl. I was frustrated.
Hey, you know what? In Marshentime, I'll take that credit because I knew it was going to happen. Even this, when it come out in the tabloids today, and I said the difference was going to be that head coach, and Andy Reid was not going to make that mistake. And I read also Andy Reid. That's all right. Andy Reid had the guys trained on that overtime rule. We all thought at the end of that game, even me, myself, Marshentime,
all of us. I texted you and asked you what happens.
I said if it's tied at the end of overtime 1, you know what I mean? We go overtime 2, sudden death. And you know what? I was undereducated on that on my behalf too, because at the end of that game, I'm screaming at
when does it ever happen?
At the TV. Exactly. And when you said this, these two defenses, you have no answer for this. These two defenses, and that's what happened. These two defenses, did they not cause 6 turnovers combined, or was it 5 turnovers combined?
I think it was three turnovers. They only turned over 3 times, but they forced a couple other.
Well, there's one interception.
Yeah.
3 fumbles. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It was 4 of them altogether. So it was a lot higher. It was a lot higher than both of us thought. But in the end, when we think about this, it came down to coaching. Andy Reid did not fail. He coached his team for the first 2 weeks of practice on the overtime rules of the Super Bowl. Shanahan, they admittedly said he had no idea what the rules were when it got to overtime. He didn't expect it to get there. He didn't think it was that important. That's how well prepared Andy Reid was, and I thought that was the biggest deal.
I'm not rubbing that in. You should know this.
Exactly. You're a super. You know what? I'm going to pose this question to you now, and I don't know what the contract looks like, but do you think it's possible that Lynch and co. from San Francisco wants to cut Shanahan from that position?
No.
Not at all.
Listen, you still made it to the Super Bowl. You still have a pretty good team coming out. Let's be honest.
That's not
given.
They
still went to overtime with the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
And now back-to-back champions, Kansas City Chiefs. It's not like they didn't play well. Let's not give him that. He made a couple mistakes, but let's be honest. He can make some mistakes. You got to grow. You got to be better. Everybody makes mistakes. It happens.
Come in, Danny. Yeah, you know what, and no matter which way you scan, which way you skin it, man. When we were watching that end of that game, even I said, man, why are you not calling a timeout, Andy Reid? Because he knew exactly what was going on. I'm like, man, I'm tripping, I'm jumping, I'm yelling. Patrick Mahomes, none of these guys even care because they all knew.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry.
We didn't know. No, they knew, and that's something special right there. Mm-hmm. When you say that, half of the nation had no idea. They were screaming at the television just like you and I, but these guys knew exactly what was going on. It was still first down for them. They just snapped the ball like these guys thought something was going on the other side of the ball. They were pressed. They were in a panic on the defensive side of the ball. All in all, Andy Reid and co., Patrick Mahomes, they all knew they had more than just this last shot.
Listen, there's a couple things that I want to talk about.
That's huge.
Their defense, the San Francisco 49ers defense, after they scored on the final drive in the fourth quarter, though, they went into a prevent defense and let Patrick Mahomes pick them apart. This little zone defense, you can't play against Patrick Mahomes. He's going to pick you apart, man. And then they let him get to about the 50-yard line, and then they started playing man coverage now. Are you serious? You're too late now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was
now
so
Travis Kelce takes off. Yeah. That's exactly. You're 100% right, man. At the end of the game, that's the number one thing I was proud of. Patrick Mahomes finding Travis Kelce at the end of that game, getting to the guy you trust, the guy that's gotten you where you've been. You know what I mean? That was a big deal for me right there. When I saw that, I was like, man, it is game on. It is game on.
Game on.
That's what I thought. Game on, brother. Dame time. Dame time.
Listen, I'll give Patrick Mahomes this. Under pressure, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it hurts me to say that.
It's hard.
But it's true.
Well, he set a record for rushing yards for a quarterback in Super Bowls because he's rushed so many as a career in Super Bowls. He set a record as far as a career in Super Bowls rushing yards for a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes owns it.
Yeah. And look, on that note, on that fourth down play in the fourth quarter, you got to know that Patrick Mahomes is going to run that ball. I'm sorry.
You got to know that. You got to know that.
Hey, I mean, I'm sorry.
That's a good point by you, Mark.
I was very mad about that. I was very mad about that.
Hey, put one on the red side for you, brother, man. That's a big point right there. You have to know this guy is going to take it in his own hands. He is not going to let it leave his hands. He is not going to. Hey, that's what the league MVP would have done. The same exact thing.
I agree.
Lamar Jackson, I am not going to let go to this football. I am the man. I'm going to take this. We're going to get a first down. We're going to move on. Exactly. You almost deserve 2 points for that, Marshentime, but you only get one right now.
Only get one right now. It's all right. I'm sure I'll end up with more points at the end of the night, so it's okay. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide for now.
But, the biggest highlight there is, just back. I mean, we're still harping on this Super Bowl. We just watched it, though. Shanahan can improve better on his, knowledge of the football game. A lot there. But how much time do they have with Christian McCaffrey with a guy like this? Does he make it another full season? Man, the miles has got to be wearing on him, Marshentime. Like, you don't have a guy like this forever. And Brock Purdy, I don't care who you are, he is not that guy. He is not a guy that can't use a Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and a really good running back behind him and CMC. If you lose a guy like that, Marshentime, you're in trouble.
I mean, that's any team, though. Let's be honest, man. CMC is a generational talent. This guy has proven he came out of Carolina and was putting up crazy numbers. Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What's the last good Carolina player you've heard of?
It was Christian McCaffrey.
I mean,
you going to put Cam Newton up there?
Before that, it was Cam Newton. Yeah, I mean Cam Newton.
Yeah, you're going to put Cam Newton up there. You got Steve Smith, Greg Olsen. There's a couple good guys beyond there, but Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's got a lot of miles and wheels on it. That's my point right there. I mean, how much time do they have Marshentime? I mean, do you think
he was healthy all year?
He was healthy all year. He got bumped up one game, but this is the NFL, man. I mean, now we've gone to an extra game. We're taking off the preseason, but we're adding another one to the regular season. So that's a lot more wear and tear on their bodies too, man. I mean, I've watched videos of Christian McCaffrey on TikTok, his wife coming into the bathroom and just showing him just his upper body, how bruised and, beat up this guy was. And I was really stunned. And that was after the first playoff game that they had played this year.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He takes a beating, but he puts it back out too. And I don't listen. That's why I know he wanted to have that ball the whole time. And you've seen in overtime, all they were doing was giving him the ball. And guess what? They moved the ball all the way down the field.
All the way down the field. That's exactly right.
Just wanted to point that out. And I was the ball, man.
And the only reason why they stalled is because they threw a pass, I believe, on the third down. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it was on
and Brock Purdy missed it.
Second down and then third down.
One of the two. He missed Ayuk over the middle. Over the middle, and he missed it, and they had to kick that field goal because of that.
Yeah.
But if they don't revert to that and they just hand it to CMC, we might be talking about it. I mean, this hand, that, and the other. CMC did exactly what he was called to do.
He did.
He brought that to the table. Now, Marshentime, we're talking about the Super Bowl. We'll get off the Super Bowl as soon as you want to, but give me your favorite play of this Super Bowl, man. I know you watched it head to toe. Give me your favorite play of this Super Bowl.
Favorite play. Listen,
because I got CMC's one that comes to my mind.
But I love
that was electric.
I loved the Jenkins touchdown, man. He broke that tackle from Snead. He broke another tackle. He spun it in the end zone. I'm like, you know what? You can see that he wants that touchdown. That's what I liked.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Good pick, Marshentime. Good pick. You didn't choose mine, but mine was the CMC. When it went to Jennings and then back to CMC when he threw that.
No, hey, don't get me wrong. That's why I put that in there. I had to throw that in there.
Hey, you did. It was an honorable mention for you, but for me, it was number one, man. When he took that thing to the house, when he broke that, I said, oh, man, that's Christian McCaffrey. As soon as he hit that second level, I was like, oh, my. That was electric. You know what I mean? Everything I had riding on Kansas City, that right there, son, was electric. I had a lot of prop bets on CMC, and the score touchdown was one of them, but that was awesome, man. That really boosted the 49ers. That got them going. Even the defense was fired up after that. Bosa and Chris Jones.
Oh, yeah, they were all, man. They were ready.
They were ready, man. It was pretty cool, man. That was my play of the game. Any more on the Super Bowl for you, Marshall?
Oh, man. I mean, you won your fishing trip, so we'll leave it at that.
Hey, nobody was bringing that up, nobody was bringing that up, but now you did, Marshentime. Hey, now that Danny's joining us here, Danny, you want to go with this? It's all on Marshentime. You know what I mean? It's all on my boy.
Hey, don't worry. I got one with Donnie Mac still too. I can take Donnie Mac out still too. So we can go out on
Marshentime. Hey, I'll tell you what, we could have a blast out there. Danny, meet us out there at Hardy Pond, bro. We got you.
Oh man, it was hey, I'll give it to you. You won one. I've already got two, so I had to let you have one at least. I felt bad for you. I called Kyle Shanahan for you and say, hey man, let him win the Super Bowl so Donnie Mac can win something for me.
You had to call Kyle, but I mean, there's some honorable mentions, right, around the Super Bowl. Look at Jason Kelce. How he showed up to the game.
I love
his
this guy.
After party. Come on, Marshentime. There's some more on your mind, dude. I know there is. Jason Kelce.
I love Jason Kelce. I don't even care about football. Jason Kelce is a person. I love this guy, man. He is the coolest guy. He's the better Kelsey brother. And Jason, I love you. You know, you go do your thing, man. I swear, you're awesome.
Right?
You're awesome.
I looked at him at the after party, and he's got the Rey Mysterio mask on at the DJ booth. He's just jamming out.
Man.
I'm like, dude, come on, Marshentime. Is he not the coolest football player on earth in my eyes?
Awesome. I mean, you know, he's just so cool.
Well, he's retired now. We'll soon see him in the Hall of Fame in how many years? 5 years?
I'll give him 5 years. Yeah, you know, maybe 6. You never know.
He'll make it.
And you know, hey,
he'll make it.
You know, he's never officially said that he's retired. No. He's never officially said it.
He did not. You're right. You're right about that. After all this fan love and everybody,
let's hope and pray that he comes back, man.
Some love.
Let's hope and pray he might. I'm all for it.
Hey, he might want to come back and make some cheeseburgers.
All right,
or
man.
Pancakes.
I've talked enough football. I'm happy with football.
Pancakes.
I know you're itching at it. Let's talk about NBA trade talk, man. Let's see what every trade that happened. It was crazy. It was crazy last night.
Run us through the board.
I mean, listen, man.
I know you got something you want to talk about.
Listen, I was out fishing.
Yeah, you were.
And you texted me like, man, you got to be you see all these trades? I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm out on the lake. I don't care. Like, I didn't care at all about that night. You know? So, Donnie Mac, tell me some of the trades that hit you the hardest, man. What you think is going to be the best ones?
Some of the best ones, I think, obviously New York Knicks and the Dallas Mavericks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Flag.
I deserve minus 1 point. Yeah.
We don't bring up the Cowboys unless we have to.
Hey, I get minus 1 point for that. The Mavericks, I'm so sorry, Luka and co. The Mavericks, Luka, obviously, and the Knickerbockers are my two favorites at the deadline. But there's a couple other teams that could slide in there with the big moves they make, like Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah,
getting a Buddy Hield, a guy that could supplement points without Joel Embiid on the floor. He's been supplemented 20, 25, 30 points a game for the time he has been in there. But, I mean, when you talk about the winner, if that's what you're asking for, the winner. I think it's the Dallas Mavericks, because without these two, power forward and centers, Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, and they added there. Without these two guys right now, they're already contenders in the West. Now, and this West is going to get heated. It's going to get heated real fast, and it's already doing that right now. But they are the winner of this, because when you add a center like that come off the bench, I would say Boston, but they showed a few cracks here in the last week after all these trades and everything. Xavier Tillman, adding him at the deadline, that's a big deal. Backing up even a bigger center that could show him everything, a younger center. I think it's all well and good. But the Dallas Mavericks won this, because without those two guys they just added, they could make a run at the championship. Now, when you added Daniel Gafford, now when he hits the floor, he's not going to play 16, 17 minutes. This guy's going to play 25, 29 minutes a game, and he's going to grab a lot of boards. He's going to be a big presence down there. A lot of people are going to game plan around him, and when a lot of people start game planning around him down at the center of Marshentime, what happens? You got Luka Doncic, you got Kyrie Irving being free up top in your front court, all hell's going to break loose, bro.
True.
I'm excited. You got Daniel Powell, Davis, all these guys already, Tim Hardaway. You've already got these pieces there. That's a good recipe. I like it. I like what Dallas did. I really like what Dallas did.
But, there's one trade that you didn't even bring up that I'm very disappointed in you not bringing up.
I don't have a whole lot of time to talk, but go ahead and school me.
We got all day we want, man. We got a whole another 40 minutes, man. Go out and tell me. I want to.
I don't want to talk like I'm a retard.
We didn't talk about Patrick Beverley, man, going to the Bucks.
Oh man,
they're adding a top-tier defender for really nothing.
Well,
I mean, the Bucks keep adding these players, man. Patrick Beverley will fit in very nicely with Dame and Giannis on the court. Let's be honest; these two are going to be helped now by a great defender. Now that Giannis doesn't have to defend, Kawhi Leonard or LeBron James or Kevin Durant or someone like that in a big game. Patrick Beverley can fill in 20 minutes of great defending.
Yeah, he can. He can. And I don't think that's the biggest deal of the trade deadline. I think even New York has surpassed that. But the problem with New York is now they got Jalen Brunson who's hobbled by an ankle injury too.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. Julius Randle's coming back. They've already got Robinson, that big boy center that we was all excited about. He's not coming back this season. You can scratch that. He's not coming back this season. Hartenstein's now hobbled.
He's got an Achilles injury. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal, Marshentime. When you talk about Achilles, you are not stepping on. I've been dealing with something down there in my foot, and it's nowhere close to Achilles.
And it doesn't take much. I mean, we seen that in the Super Bowl.
It doesn't.
The guy tore his Achilles just by walking on the field. So
celebrating.
They got to be careful with Hartenstein. Hartenstein's a big part of this team. They got to be careful with him, man. Deal. I mean, I would let this guy sit for at least a couple of games before and put him on a minute restriction if you're going to play him.
Yeah, you have to rest that. You can't bring him back to action. But Jalen Brunson is the biggest deal. You know how I feel about Jalen Brunson, man. Without this guy, New York is not going to make a turn. Let alone Julius Randle's being on the hiccup too with his deal. So
you feel the same way about Zion Williams.
Oh my God. No, I don't feel that. I don't feel no way like, hey, Marshentime, where's my flag? God. Hey, here's an apple. Okay, I got an apple. That's it. That's all I got for you, man. Listen, dude.
Oh, man.
I'm going to give you the blue card. Hold on. I'm going to give you the blue card. The blue card. You know, the soccer just pulled out the blue card.
It's a yellow and a red. Get out of here. Yeah. That's the dumbest thing ever.
I'm going to give you the blue card. But Jalen Brunson, this is the guy that makes it turn. This is like Dwayne Wade in Miami. This is like Luka Doncic in Dallas. I mean, this is like Steph Curry and
I'm not going to go this far. Let's be honest. I mean, he is good, but I don't know if he's at that tier yet. I think he can be at that tier, but I don't think he's at this tier yet, man.
You watch your mouth. Hey,
listen, man, you're putting him with top tier players of the game. Don't get me wrong. I love Brunson. I love him to death. He's a great player. He's a great shooter, and he attacks the rim like nobody else. But he's not. Let's be honest. He's not going to carry
body a team. Brunson. That's
he's
why.
Not going to carry a team like Lucas.
Yes, he is.
Luka. No.
Who else? Who else on that team is going to carry that team though?
Nobody's going to carry it, man.
That's not. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not putting him on Luka's level, dude. There's no way. You're right. I'm not saying that. No. I'm saying to his team, he's like a Luka is to his team. Without him, they don't turn. They don't have no chance. With him, he needs Julius Randle. He needs Hartenstein. He needs Robinson. He needs these guys down below. DiVincenzo. He needs them to be shooting that rock and heart. You know, he needs that core around him. He's not going to take over no, he's not that guy. He's not a Giannis. He's not a Damian Lillard. He's not a Steph Curry. And I would put, that's my next question for you, Marshall. I would put Steph Curry in the top 5 of my all-time players list. Would you do that?
Ooh, top 5 all time?
All time.
Ooh. I mean, you got to put Kobe. You got to put Michael. You gotta put Wilt. I feel like Bill Russell's got to be there, man.
Oh, you feel like that, or do you know that?
I feel like he's got to be in the top 5. Man, that's tough. That's tough to be in the top 5 all time. At his position, 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. He's probably top 2 in his position.
He was the evolution to the NBA.
No, that's true. I mean,
not 1, not 2. Not 3, but 4 NBA championships. This guy changed the game, bro. He changed the game. He's the top 5 of my list, man. I know I'm going to let you ponder on that right there, but we'll hit right back on it our conversation.
That's tough. Oof. Man, all right. What other trades have really hit your mind, though? You know, we didn't talk about Charlotte unloading. You know, they just unloaded their team.
I mean,
I don't understand what Charlotte's doing. I don't understand what Charlotte does. They go out and have LaMelo Ball, you know, who's always hurt. They trade Terry Rozier for not much. Let's be honest.
Next to nothing. Yeah, next to nothing.
They get rid of Gordon.
Scary
Hayward.
Terry.
Where else are they going to go, man? They got rid of Washington too.
Well, I mean, Charlotte, they still got Michael Bridges. I mean, he's voiced his opinion. He wants to stay there in Charlotte. That's it. But they got rid of PJ Washington. When they let PJ Washington go, they still got LaMelo Ball. He's dealing with a lot of injuries and everything.
Hurt,
trying to keep him on the court. He's like a John Morant, man. When he's on the court, man, he's electrifying. Marshentime, he is absolutely electric. It's fun to watch him. That's one guy I wish I could see in the NBA dunk contest this weekend or this coming up All-Star is John Morant. I mean, John Morant. He would be electrifying it. And that's the same thing I get out of LaMelo Ball. If we saw him in the skills competition or even a three-point shootout, that released three-point shootout competition contestants and Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-footer is a part of that. But Charlotte, as far as where they go right now, Marshentime, they're in a 5-year rebuilding plan. Right now, they're in a 5-year. They got a lot of trading blocks on that. They got a lot of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th round picks. You know, they got 2 lotteries out of it, and the lottery is a big deal. They could get a couple of big picks, but it's not both next year. It's 2025 and 2026 when they got them. So it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, they got a long way to go, and these guys got to stay on the court to make something happen.
See, the problem is it seems like they've always been this way. It's been years and years and years, it seems like. Where it's always
sick of it too.
In a few years, we're going to be good.
I know.
In a few years, we're going to be good. In a few years, like guys, it's been a few years, like a few years ago. Like, come on.
I'm getting sick of it too, man.
You know, there's a lot of teams that are like that lately. I'm going to be honest.
One team that unloaded a lot of prospects, though, was Detroit. Detroit not only unloaded a lot.
They unloaded and they gained a lot, too.
But they gained a lot, too. And that was a big deal. They gained not only a lot of prospects in the G League, but they got draft picks and they got players to supplement this season. They're competing right now on an NBA level. They don't look like the Detroit Pistons that we recognize from the beginning of this season. They look like a better Detroit Pistons team right now.
Yeah, I mean, and they're putting up fights against everybody they're playing right now.
They're putting up a heck of a lot. When you put up a fight against the Clippers, you're doing well. So you asked me who my favorite trade deadline. I mean, who was really who's going to make the biggest difference? Who made the right move? Marshentime.
Who made the biggest difference?
Who made the right move? That's really. I think it was the New York Knicks that made the right move. I think Dallas made the perfect move. I think the New York Knicks, because of what they did early on in the season, and they get all these guys healthy in the playoffs, in a 7-game series, it's going to be hard to beat those guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can see you saying that. Boston's little trades here and there helped out. I'm going to be honest. The Milwaukee Bucks made a nice I think that is going to be the best fit. I really do. I think Patrick Beverley is going to be the best fit. For this team, they needed defensive help. For some reason, that they weren't clicking on defense. They needed that defensive help. Patrick Beverley is one of the top defenders still. Even at his age, he's still a great defender, man.
He is. And not only that,
he's a perfect fit
for
that team.
Yep. Yeah,
I think that was a perfect fit.
Good call. That's a good call. Do you think it meshes well with Doc Rivers at the head coach?
Listen,
you think this is all going to come together? Are you in panic mode right now? They dropped, 4 of the last 5. I mean, are you in panic mode right now?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm not in panic mode at all.
Even if they get to play and you like them.
Listen, well, I don't even think they're going to get to play, and they're going to get the 4th or 5th seed. They still got a long way to go, man. We're not even we halfway through the season so far. I think not halfway all the way through yet. There's still plenty of time to get things going. They still got to figure some things out, but they'll figure it out. I'm not too worried about it. They'll get in the playoffs, probably as the 3 or 4 seed. I feel like, and you know what? I think that's going to be better for them. Less expectations, because I think that's what hurt Giannis the last year. They had such high expectations. And they knew they couldn't reach it. They knew they couldn't reach it. We'll be honest. And Miami just came in there and wiped them.
Well, I mean, in their defense too. Well, playoff Jimmy. That's what I was going to say. In their defense, Miami and Eric Spoelstra, they came up against something they hadn't really seen, and that was playoff Spoelstra. I like to use that term. Playoff Spoelstra. When it gets into playoff, you know what I mean? When it gets into playoff, and you've seen this, I don't know how many times. When it gets into playoff, Eric Spoelstra is one of those coaches.
He's just
and
always
Steve Kerr,
on top of it.
they're always on top of it. Now, as you mentioned in the past, this is where I disagree with you. As you mentioned in the past, Doc Rivers is not that coach. He is not that dude,
He's
man.
not.
He
That's
did
true.
win him a championship, but that game 7, if it goes that far, and this East is stacked with defensive
It's
teams that
very
can take
stacked.
him to they can take him to a game 7 real quick. I just think they make it one more round longer right now, man. I just don't think Beverly was that over the hill thing. But what I will say, if Middleton gets healthy, Money Man Middleton, he's one of my favorite power forwards ever in the NBA. Elite scorer. If that dude gets healthy in a 7-game set, he can really help that trio. He can
Yeah,
really, really
100%.
help that.
That would fit. I mean, it fits perfectly in. I'm telling you, man. They fit.
It could.
They
So
fit
it's a
together.
lot of
That's the way I
ifs
see
there.
it.
Yeah, it's a lot of ifs right there. But like I said, Boston showed a few cracks, man.
Hey, if
They
Zion Williams starts
showed.
getting feeling better, it would be a good fit too.
You know what? there was no need to drop that name right now. It was like a curse word. There was no need to drop that right now in this podcast, Marshentime. And if I had a yellow flag, huh, we'll use that. I got a little bookmark. It's yellow. I got a flag.
Oh man.
You're in the suck box right now.
Hey man, I'm just saying, the guy would lay off the
Listen,
biscuits and gravy. He'd be pretty good fit.
listen.
So
We're talking about the West now, New Orleans Pelicans. We're going to go to the West now. Who made the most surprising move for you? Nobody was talking there.
I didn't hear what Siri said, but I agree, Siri. I agree.
Hey, for whatever it's worth, who made the best move for you in the West?
Oh my god!
You think it was significant for the West and Milwaukee and Patrick Beverly but do you agree with Dallas on the West, or do you think a guy
100%.
like
Dallas added very well as well. Let's be honest. I said that too when we first started talking about this. We talked about it. I said Dallas was a very good spot. Luka needed a little bit of help.
Yeah,
he got that. Let's be honest. He got that and a little bit more.
So where do you rate Gordon Hayward actually going to OKC? I mean, with Jalen Williams there, you got Chet Holmgren, you got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Hayward hasn't
These
been
guys,
the Hayward that we remember though, and that maybe because he was in Charlotte.
It could have been.
So we'll have to see what happens. If Hayward can return to the Gordon Hayward we seen 2 years ago.
In Boston,
that's pretty important. I could see that being a huge increase in production, and it could be very huge for them. But he has to go back to 2 years ago, Gordon Hayward.
You know what? And I agree with you when you say that. I really think that pretty much OKC is going to contend, but Dallas won that right there. If it comes down to Dallas and OKC in a 7-game set right now, with that depth that the Dallas just added right there, just down in the paint and their front court. If
that happens,
that's a big deal.
I would love to see SGA and Luka in the 7-game series, dude. That would be that would be phenomenal. I love it. I'm ready.
That would be absolutely epic.
I'm ready. Set it up, NBA. Set it off.
Yep.
Come on, just rig it. Rig it like the NFL, like they always say, man.
That would be absolutely epic. But as far as the NBA goes, trade deadlines, you know what I mean? A lot of important moves, a lot of different stuff happened. Royce O'Neal going to the Phoenix Suns. That was huge, Marshentime. I mean, you add another scorer alongside of Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah,
that's Royce O'Neal. That's another big add over there when you're talking about adding to a prolific team that has won 17 out of the last 21 games, if I may not add.
Oh, I mean, you're right. And David Roddy and Royce O'Neal was huge for getting that.
Yeah, David. Yeah, Roddy too. Yeah, they got him from Memphis too. Yeah, that was a big deal. That's a big swap out for them. I think Boston taking on Xavier Tillman was a big deal, but I don't think it fixes their backcourt. Their front court's solved, man. You got depth there. Their backcourt, they don't.
Yeah.
When Drew Holiday has to come off the court, Who's going to stop that point guard?
I don't think there is anybody, and I can agree with you on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, so all these trades I'm looking at, I've pulled up the trade tracker to see if we missed any. You
Oh, we
know,
missed a couple. I know we have.
we missed quite a few. I mean, we got the Raptors acquiring Olynyk from the Jazz. Kelly
Oh
Olynyk
yeah,
has
we
been
forgot
huge
about
already.
that.
I mean, we got where did I see the other one that we just missed? Oh, Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder and Thaddeus Young to the Nets.
Yep. That's right.
What were the Raptors thinking? Is
Who?
what I want to know in that trade.
What? It's probably unloading. I haven't looked at the exact details on it, but they're probably in contract years too. They're unloading
Could
that
be.
next year. They're eligible to
Could
be
be.
free agents. And, a couple of them had something to do with that too. That was a big deal. But yeah, Schroeder actually going to the Nets, and if Ben Simmons being healthy, this could be entertaining actually over here
Yeah,
at the end
very
of the
true.
stretch in the East. It really could. It really could. And Mavs got couple of second round picks too. We missed that one. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
And poor Seth Curry, man. Did we, he got traded to the Hornets. I mentioned that to you this afternoon. It is the
we did.
second time Seth Curry,
Has
baby
been
brother
traded
to
from the
Steph, Chef Steph,
Mavs.
has been traded for the Mavs.
Hey man,
This
the Mavs
poor guy,
I don't
man.
like he's going
Everybody
back.
feels for him.
Listen, another one that happened before the trade line.
And
We
the
didn't
other
talk about.
huge trade I want to talk about. Let's hold on. Let's do this one. The guy
What
that's
one you
been
got?
popping 30 points a game since he's been there in Philadelphia,
Oh,
Buddy Hield
Hield. Oh yeah,
from
we didn't
the
talk about Buddy Hield, did
Indianapolis,
we?
the Indiana Pacers. That was a big deal, Marshentime. Dude,
Yeah.
that
No, he's
was a
popping
big deal.
everything.
He could supplement a lot of scoring while Joel Embiid is gone. He is
Yeah.
popping off 30. He's averaging right now 29 points a game while he's in Philly. He's only had 2 games there, but he's come close to a triple double a couple times.
No, and that's a good call. I forgot about the Buddy Hield trade, and really, I'm trying to figure out what they gave up for him. I'm trying to go up to find it again. It was one of the last ones. So let's find it up here. Where we at? Ah, I mean they did get okay. So they got 2 second-round picks, cash considerations, Doug McDermott, and yeah, I'm not going to say that guy's name because I feel going to feel so bad. Furkan Korkmaz. I'm gonna be honest. I know I butchered that. I'm sorry, guys, but let's be honest. I can't pronounce that. So really, the 76ers didn't really give up a lot except for maybe Doug McDermott and 2 second-round picks. It's not horrible for Buddy Hield.
No, actually, it's not. When you're talking about Buddy Hield and a player his caliber right now, um, the Pacers got Gorwitz. I see what you're talking about. 24 second and cash considerations,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean Doug McDermott. He's been around for a long time, and that's the problem. He's kind of depleted. He's one of those guys like a Kelly Olynyk. That's why I wasn't too big on the Kelly Olynyk trade, Marshall, because Kelly Olynyk has been kind of worn down. He's been around. He's been around over the decade, man. He's been around for a dozen years, and he's worn down. He's not that player. He could supplement you some minutes, but it's the same deal that you're getting from Doug McDermott. He could shoot you 9, 12 points, 3-pointer. He can knock it down, key 3-pointer, maybe. You know what I mean? On down the stretch, but he's not. He's not going to be a huge big deal in that trade right there.
No, I agree with that. He's not really. He's not. He's always been around. He's always been like the good support player, but that's what he always is. He's just a little support player, and he's not like anything flashy, anything crazy. I mean, he may average you 6 or 7 points a game, but he's not going to do anything more than that. I don't feel like.
Now, the one thing also in that trade was Otto Porter. I believe he was involved in that Kelly Olynyk trade. If that guy, we all know how Otto Porter can actually score, but he's
Yeah.
kind of the same deal. He's been around for a long
Mm-hmm.
time. He's got weak knees. And when I say weak knees, I say that genuinely. I really say he deservingly put a lot of miles on those legs and those knees. But if that guy gets anywhere close to, he could play a 3 or 7 game series. I mean, he could be a big supplement for the Utah Jazz down the stretch too.
Yeah, very true. So one I wanted to talk about, we didn't talk about. One of the big mans in the league still was always known to be this mean big man down, Steven Adams.
Oh yeah, he did get swapped over too. Yeah,
he got traded to the Rockets, man. I love Steven Adams.
Yep.
Steven Adams was great in OKC when he played with Westbrook and Durant. I love Steven Adams. I've always loved this guy, man. He got traded for Victor Oladipo, who is Victor Oladipo even playing, or is he still hurt? He seems to be always.
He's still hurt. He's still hurt. No, he's still hurt. And you know what? He's got as many miles as Steven Adams does on his shoes too, man. They pretty much been doing this for a while, so I can see the trade assets there. I mean, it's pretty much an even swap. They're taking a chance on. Memphis got tired of waiting on Steven Adams to get healthy, and Houston got tired of waiting on Victor to get healthy. Man. So here, we'll swap. I'll wait on this guy now, and you wait on this guy. That's pretty much. That's pretty much the way that's going there, Marshentime. So I don't read a whole lot into that, but either one of those guys get back to the playoff form that they can play at, it could be a valuable asset. It could be I mean, we can say that all night long about these guys, these veterans they're swapping around, and they can be very good assets. I mean, that's the biggest deal with Al Horford. He's still able to do it at an elite level coming off the bench. Russell Westbrook still doing the same thing. That's a lot of positives why these teams are making it work.
No, I agree. Hey, man, is there anything else you want to talk about in the trade deadline? I don't see really many doing trades.
No, I think we're pretty.
I think we can go back to talking about teams now. What you think?
Yeah, good? Yeah, we can do that.
All right. Just want to make sure. What do you feel like? Who do you think right now has been the surprise team? You know what? No, we didn't talk about one thing. Who's your biggest loser at the trade deadline? The biggest loser.
Now let's talk about that. That's a very,
could be
very
somebody
good
who didn't
question.
Trade or somebody who traded away something stupid.
And I'll pose the same question to you right now. My biggest loser at the deadline, undoubtedly, without a question, was Darvin Ham and the Los Angeles Lakers.
You know what? I'm so proud because you know what? I was thinking the same exact thing, Donnie. Thinking the same exact thing. They needed a sharpshooter, man. They needed somebody to help this team out.
They did.
And they didn't go out and do anything. I didn't think they explored anything. You good there, buddy? We lose you? You good?
No, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. Okay. My bad. I was messing with my information center over here. I do apologize. But
make sure.
As far as not making a move, that was a very dumb move. Not making a move. They didn't have to come off a lot of assets. They didn't have to trade Austin Reeves. They didn't have to trade D'Lo, Anthony Davis. LeBron James is unhappy. We hear this every time at the deadline. LeBron James putting out these emojis and everything on Twitter or whatever. He's unhappy. He wants to make a move. Last year, they made a move. You know what, Marshentime? They made it to the championship. They made it to the conference championship. They didn't make it to the NBA championship, but they made it to conference championship. They was there. They put up a fight because of the moves they made. They should have made some kind of same moves this deadline. They didn't have to come off their assets. They just had to add one of these bench guys we're talking about right now. They could have added a guy like Bogdanovich. You know what I mean? They could have gave up a couple of cash considerations or picks for him, G League players, whatever. They have assets down there. I mean, you could have chased all these tool bench players that can fill these gaps and eat up time when your old guys can't, just to make you to the playoffs. And then when you get to the playoffs, let your veterans take over. Let these guys supplement like they have been all season. They'd be ready to roll. Marshentime, that pees me off, dude. It really does. It really pees me off, man.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't try to go out and do anything, but they really didn't. And they just, I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I don't understand it.
It does. It's flabbergasting. I know, and don't try. Bless you. Don't try to figure it out, man. Just don't try to figure it out. Whatever they got going over there, going on over there in Los Angeles, it's going to cost them because they're going to watch. They're going to watch that other team in Los Angeles go straight to the show as they sit back and watch. If it isn't that team that knocks them out of the playoffs,
if they even make the playoffs,
if they make it to the playoffs,
I could see them dropping out and not making it. They're crumbling right now.
They're running out of gas.
I'm telling you. I agree. I 100% agree. And, speaking of Buddy Hield right now, he's leading the Sixers with 13 points going into halftime.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Pretty good call, man. Buddy Hield.
I tried to tell you, and he's probably knocked down at least 3 threes already. That's not including the second half. They're going to come out with a game plan. They're going to try to stop Buddy.
You actually nailed it. He's 3 for 4 going at 3-point.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. I know, Buddy. I know what's going on right now. I'm starting to get in tune with the NBA. Listen to me when I'm talking. Let these guys settle down. I'm not throwing too many bets at them. I'm not playing no fantasy because it's still kind of shaky for me. But 2 things I know right now. Buddy Hield is on fire, and Chef Curry is cooking.
Hey man, I got him in my fantasy league tonight.
Chef Curry is cooking, brother.
I'm going to do it. I like my fantasy right now. I'm going to
my
stick with
boy
it.
is cooking.
I'm throwing it one here and there. Just having fun.
You didn't watch him in his 30-point night the other night. Before the Super Bowl on Saturday. That 7 seconds to go, hitting that 3-pointer whack. That's a vintage Curry. That's vintage Curry. Chef Curry is cooking right now. The Warriors got something going. They inserted Draymond Green back into that center position, Marshentime. Something is working over there in Gold State, and I'm not going to be opposed to what Chef Curry's cooking. You know what I mean? I'm going to eat it.
Listen, he went off, and he's still going to be one of the best players of all time.
All time.
I'll give you that. I'm not going to say he's not because he is.
He's going to go down in history.
I most likely I could see that. He's insane. He's a cool dude, and you know what? He's just having fun.
That's it.
When he's having fun, he's notice it, bro. And he's shooting better. I'm sorry. Now, if they could get Klay Thompson back in it and Wiggins to actually make some shots, I don't know what happened to Wiggins. He fell off the face of the earth. He used to be one. We all thought he was going to be the next superstar.
He's coming back alive now. He's coming back alive on that second unit. They got to go. But if they mess around and get Chris Paul back here in 2 weeks, Marshentime, I'm liking them Warriors to make a push.
Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Klay Thompson dropped 20-something the other night. He's coming together, man. These guys are starting to get it going. It's exciting.
Hey, I'm always excited because you know what? It's exciting. It's fun. And there's a lot of things going, man. Let's be honest. Yeah. NBA is only halfway through. We still got a whole half of the season to go. This second stretch is going to be exciting. And listen, we threw our picks out last week. I think it was last week of who we were thinking was going to happen.
A week before, yeah.
So it's going to be exciting. We'll see who's going to be right on some of these. It's going to be kind of entertaining.
I can see you, Marshentime. Listen, any thoughts now? Joel Embiid is out of the question. Any thoughts on MVP now? Joel Embiid is disqualified because he's missed too much time.
I don't think there's a question on who gets it now. I'm going to be honest.
You're voting for the Joker.
Of course I'm voting for the Joker, man.
You're voting for the Joker, man. There's a couple of dark horses that entered the conversation.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great players, but you tell me who else is even close to the Joker's skill.
I have to agree with you there, man. I have to agree with you there. I got to give you a big point on that behalf because the Joker, when we come down, Game 6, Game 7, series on the line, game on the line. There's one guy I want to have the ball, and that's the Joker. I don't care 100%. How he throws it up, or where he throws it up. If it hits the board, it hits nothing but net. You can guarantee he called it too, Marshentime. There's one guy I want with that ball in his hands over the last 3 years, and that's been the Joker, dude. That guy has made me a believer. Like Patrick Mahomes, that guy has made me a believer. He can throw it from 35 foot. He can throw it from 40. He can throw it from 15. He can lay it up or he can dunk it. It doesn't matter. Game's on the line. That dude's going to make it.
I agree. Hey, he's that guy. He is the most valuable player.
He's that
in the
dude,
league.
Man.
Sorry.
He's that dude. I can watch him every night he comes on that television. Yeah.
Just give it to him. I mean, because you know what? He's not afraid. He's not. He's not going to be like Joel Embiid and always be hurt for some reason. Because every year, you tell me any year that Joel Embiid has played at least 3/4 of the games.
Listen. Yeah, I can't. If he goes out with a poked eye, if he goes out with a back injury, a hip injury, he's got a brace on his back. And when he goes into the locker room, 5 minutes later, he's back out. Joker's on the floor. He's going to play. This guy is not a joker. He does not joke around. His name is just the nickname of the Joker. He's not a joker. He does not joke around. This guy comes to play. He gets paid to do his job, and that's what he does, Marshentime. That guy is the Terminator. That should be his name. He's the Terminator.
He terminates something. He's going to terminate the opponents.
Let me throw this in there. Okay, the Cleveland Cavaliers playing the way they are. They run deep into this playoffs. Donovan Mitchell is going to have a shot at that MVP.
Yeah, well, too bad they're losing right now. So,
dude, that's why we play 82 games, man. Stop it.
They're losing to an Embiidless 76ers, man.
Well, listen to me. Listen to this and listen to me. They've won 20 out of their last 21 games.
Yeah, hey, I'll give it to them. That's good.
Huh? Listen to that. That's a very good run. That's playing good ball right now.
Can you tell he's a Cleveland Cavalier fan, guys?
I'm just stating facts, man. That's it. That's just stating facts right there, Marshall.
I'm stating facts, too.
Hey, what is the score?
66-62 at halftime.
Oh.
Listen, man, being favored by 6, that's pretty bad.
Donovan Mitchell's probably only got 17 points.
I think he nailed it. I think he had 16.
Yeah.
It was 16.
He's due for another 25 Marshentime.
That's pretty good guess, though. I'll give you that. That's pretty good guess.
Hey, man, as far as guesses go for the night, I'm batting 1,000. So,
yeah. Well, you better hope that stays true, man. I got a surprise for you.
And it's all been basketball, so I got you, man. I got you, brother. You just bring it home, man. You just bring it home.
Soon, buddy.
Listen, we only got a couple minutes left. We got 10 minutes exactly left. I've got some Marshentime Jeopardy for you. What do you have? Who do you want to go first, Marshentime? Are you ready for Marshentime Jeopardy?
Do your Marshentime Jeopardy first, man, because you know what? Mine's exciting, so.
Are you ready for Marshentime Jeopardy? Here we go, man.
I'm ready.
You can see what's on the board, what you haven't picked, what you have picked. You still got some incentives left there on the board.
Okay, I got some NFL 1, 2, 3.
You're going to go fantasy, NBA, Major League Baseball, National Football League.
Let's go for I see 3. I haven't done much Major League Baseball. Let's do Major League Baseball for 200.
Major League Baseball for 200, Stu. What do we have?
Like I haven't done much of it. I got to do some more of it,
All right, give me a second. Let me put my readers on.
All right. Oh, God, guys. Hang on. The old man glasses coming out, guys.
Oh, you have done that. Marshentime, I'm going to throw a red flag on that one. My sticker must have come off. My generic sticker. My bad. You've done that one. That was the question of who made the official MLB. Pick another one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do MLB for 400. I already said MLB. I got myself in the MLB, man. You got to stick with MLB. Let's go. I got this. I need a baseball. Where's my baseball at?
MLB is not an incentive pick for you tonight, Marshentime. I'm very disappointed to inform you of that. But for 400 points, MacBird points, Donnie Mac points, 863 Sports Buzz Podcast
most useless points around, guys.
Who hit the most walk-offs in Major League history?
Ooh, that's a good question. The most walk-offs.
That's a good 400 points.
Man, that's
good 400 points. 863 Sports Buzz Podcast points.
Are we talking walk-off hits or home runs?
We're talking about walk-offs in general.
So walk-off hits and everything. Okay.
Hits, home runs, are all whatever walk-offs.
I'm going to go with a shortstop out of the New York Yankees and Derek Jeter, I feel like. Probably not right, but...
No. That's a good guess, and I would have guessed him because he was epic for that in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but
Mr. October, man, come on,
Mr. Jim Thome,
Jim Thome himself, really? I would have never guessed that one, man.
A legend, an absolute legend. an absolute legend, and a lot of them were home runs, but he has hit a couple, line shots here and there. And
I wouldn't have guessed him even for home runs, man. Jim
major league
awesome.
leader and walk-offs.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Man, that's good to know.
I thought you'd love that.
You got me on that one. I can't say anything.
I thought you'd love that one. And that's why I didn't make that incentive. For 500, that's a really good question.
Ooh, all right. So hey,
you ain't got too many of them left.
You got me on that one. So we'll save some more for next time. I don't want you to go have to do a whole new board already. So are you ready for your surprise, Donnie Mac?
I got a surprise.
Are you ready for the surprise, man?
I get a lot of surprises. Most of the time, it's when I'm flipping with my 80-pound braid and my 7'11".
Yeah, when that half a pound fish goes out at you.
And I slap my partner right in the chest with it as I pull it out.
Listen, man, we're gonna be playing a new game. I came up with a game here, man.
Okay.
All right. It's based on an old game show. All right, I got my board here ready. Are you ready?
Oh, you went with my old Jeopardy type game show type stuff?
This is a different game, man. This is a different game. I don't know if you remember this. Who wants to be a fisherman? Coming at you live, man. This is Donnie Max. Who wants to be a fisherman, man? You got 6 questions. All right? 6 questions.
Okay. All right.
Number 1 right, you get a snack. If you get the second one, you get a non-alcoholic drink. You get number 3 right, you get an alcoholic drink. If you get number 4, you get 5 new lures again. All right. Oh no, that's 4. If you get number 4 right, you get 5 new lures. If you get number 5 right, you get a fish fry. If you get number 6 right, you win a fishing trip, sir. All right. But if you miss if you keep going, so you can get all these on one turn. But if you get one wrong, it's over.
But hold on. Bring that board closer to the screen one more time, Marshentime, because I see
you got 2 lifelines, man.
I see some lifelines over there.
You can either phone a friend or you can get a multiple choice selection.
Choice. Okay, right. So I don't see any friends watching our podcast right now because they're not commenting anything.
Well, you got a phone, man. You got to call them. So
I will actually.
You can call anybody you want.
Okay.
All right. So are you ready for your first question, sir?
Okay.
And
I'm ready.
As it gradually gets up, man, it's going to get harder. Just want you to know that.
Well, you know what? You're making me wet my pants over here. Hurry up.
All right. For question number 1, sir. How many players are on the field for a baseball team?
How many players are on the field?
Mm-hmm. How many players?
Now, when you say on the field, now when you're talking about the defense and the batter standing there,
no, just the defense.
I don't know if that's a trick question or not, but I'm going to go with 9.
9 is correct, man. You earned a snack so far, sir. You've earned a snack.
Yay!
All right. Would you like to move on, or would you like to stop?
I'll cash out at my snack. I'll take my snack and I'll move. No, give me my next question, Marshall.
Right, man. Number 2 for a non-alcoholic beverage, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
How many NFL divisions are there?
8.
Is that your final answer?
Let me think about it. North, south, east, and west. Yeah, 8.
8 is correct. You win your non-alcoholic beverage, sir.
All right.
Would you like to go on and try for the alcoholic beverage, sir?
Well, I don't do well with alcohol, so I should take my non-alcoholic beverage and move on. But don't
let him lie to you guys. Don't let him lie to you.
We'll go ahead and answer this next question and get this over with so I can get to the cream of the crop.
All right. How many personal fouls does it take to get ejected from an NBA basketball game?
6.
Locking it in?
Locking it in.
He is correct. Now is when the tough questions start coming, sir.
There we go, Marshentime.
Right.
Here we go. Give it to me, bro. What? Hold on. What's my next incentive?
For your next incentive, you get 5 new lures, man.
Ooh, we're gonna have to roll with that one, man.
You ready for it?
We're gonna have to roll with that one.
All right.
Hold on.
Going back to the MLB.
MLB.
In what era did the DH rule come out?
Now, when you say era, you're just talking about
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, okay. 2010s, all that.
That's a good question.
I'm giving you 10 years, so, I'm giving you a little bit of help here.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you the exact year.
That's a good question on that one. That's a good, very, very good question. Marshentime, I would like to phone a friend on this one.
You like to phone a friend, man? Hey, phone a friend, buddy. Yeah. See who you got.
I can
pull up. Now remember, you only get to use this once, so now you can't use phone a friend for another question.
All right, I'm going to phone a friend on this one, and I would really appreciate his help.
No, that ain't working. That ain't happening.
What do you mean? Hold on. I'm calling my buddy. His name is Cody.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. That's not how that works, buddy. Get out of here. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't see that. That must have been sorry. I missed the call from Donnie Mac, guys.
Are you missing something here? Because I didn't miss anything. I'm calling my buddy. I'm phoning a friend. He's supposed to help me out here. He just hung up on me. I don't know what's going on here. I got no friend.
That was good.
I will say the 1990 era is when the DH came out, and I'm going to stick with that. I like the 80s.
Since you called me, I'm going to give you a hint that is earlier than the 90s.
Okay, thank you for that hint.
I'm not.
Thank you for that.
I'm not going to give you the whole thing, But hey, you still got another one, man. If you want to use, the other lifeline too.
I was thinking about the man. That is a tough question. It's a very tough question. I'm going to answer here in a short couple seconds, but I was thinking about the Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire era because there was a lot of DH going on there. Yeah. You know what I mean, in the 90s. But if it's not the 90s, I'm going to go with the 80s, man. I'm going to say we introduced the DH in the 80s, and I don't know why I want to say that because something tells me I should go back in the early Piazza area, but I'm going to go with the 80s.
Are you locking in that answer, sir?
I'm locking in that answer.
Donnie Mac. Sorry, sir. You're incorrect.
Oh, man.
I
lost it all.
The 1970s. It was 73 that they introduced the DH rule.
No way, man. It was that far back, huh?
I'm disappointing you, Donnie Mac. I'm disappointed.
I am too. You know what? I'm disappointed in you for asking me that question.
Listen, man, you had multiple choices still out there, man. You could have had to use the other lifeline.
I could have. I phoned my friend and he hung up on me, and I'm very disappointed.
Listen, I even told people, I'm like, hey, man, if he calls, you got to answer.
I ruined it. You know what I mean? I called my first number one partner, and he hung up on me. You know what I mean? It was a done deal from there. He left me hanging.
For help, I'll be honest. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you another chance.
No, I don't need no chances.
No. Listen, man. You can't.
What
get the
you need is
trip.
a set of boxing gloves.
You can't get the fishing trip anymore. All right.
Okay.
But you can have another shot at the fish fry. That's all you can get, though. It's just a chance for the fish fry now.
That's all I really wanted, Marshentime, was a fish fry.
This is your only chance.
All right.
Who was the first player to throw over 4,000 yards in a season?
Oh, man, I hate you, man. I really hate you. I really hate you right now because that stretches back in a long period of time. 4,000 yards, the first person to go over it. And the reason why I say that is because I just read this about a month ago, and I've already forgotten it.
Uh-oh. Well, that's not good.
No. It's because the person didn't matter.
No, I mean, this was a pretty pretty famous player.
All right. Well, I got a multiple choice question
You
back
do,
there.
you
right?
do.
Let me have it.
All right. Your choices. And these are older players. You have Fran Tarkenton.
It's a good possibility.
Bart Starr.
Not happening.
Joe Namath.
Another possibility.
Or Brian Greasy.
It's either Fran or Brian.
Those are your 4 options, man. That's all I'm giving you.
It's either Fran or Brian. Joe, I don't think Joe Namath. You know what? I'm overthinking this. I'm going to go. I know you threw Fran Tarkenton in there just because I got a soft spot for that old bonker. Man, he did throw the ball a lot. Fran Tarkenton. I'm going to go with Fran Tarkenton.
Sorry, sir. You are incorrect.
Oh,
it was
man.
Joe Namath.
Joe,
in 1967.
Oh, man. I should have saved the phone a friend and called old Dougie Fresh.
Listen, I told him, I'm like, hey man, you better be ready. He may call you.
I should have called him. I should have. If I didn't think he had a whole lot going on.
For fun, I'm going to give you the last question just for fun. A legendary player who had the most NBA Finals appearances was the question for the fishing trip. Would you have gotten it?
Most NBA Final appearances.
Yeah.
I would say Michael, but everyone he's been to, he's won.
It's true. This guy did not win every single one of them.
Yeah.
He won quite a few, though.
It's got to be LeBron.
No. Sorry, sir. It's Bill Russell.
Bill, huh? Yeah.
Bill Russell went to 12 NBA championships and won 11 of them. Won 11. 11.
I knew he won a lot of them, but wow, that blows my mind, Marshentime. You just taught me something right here live on H6V Sports Podcast.
Hey, man, that's what we try to do.
Wow. Dude.
Donnie Mac, who wants to be a fisherman? I'm so sorry, sir. You cannot be a fisherman.
You know what?
You have lost.
I would have been satisfied if I would have got my fish fry. I would have cashed out and went home. You know what, Marshentime? I will get that fish fry from you one way or another, brother. I swear to God. The next bet we make on the biggest game is going to be All-Star game. Let's do it. All-Star game. Fish fry on the All-Star game.
Hey, we can do it, man. I got to look at this again.
We might be able to do it.
It's interesting. It's going to be an interesting one. Donnie Mac, you ready to sign this off, man? You got anything else you want to throw
out? Let's do it, brother. That's pretty much it, man. I'm so glad I got me a fishing trip from Marshentime. Maybe he can take me out, teach me how to fish. Until that time, guys, catch us back here on Thursday night, 7:30, live, 863 Sports Fun Podcast. That's Marshentime. I'm Donnie Mac. Until next time. Peace.